So the first thing you have here are what's known as the infection deck, and these are just a bunch of cards that represent cities that are on the board, and they match the color. So just take this deck, shuffle it up, and place it face down where it says infection deck at the top right-hand corner of your board. The next thing is, once you've organized all your separate components, is to take a research station, which is one of the plain house-looking wooden blocks. Then take the 4 cure markers. After that, you take the outbreak marker. This tracks the number of outbreaks that you've had. And finally, the infection rate marker. So at the end, you'll have a few more research stations there and your disease cubes. So the first thing you're going to do is place a research station on Atlanta, and that's because the CDC is based in Atlanta. After that, we place our outbreak marker on 0 on the track on the left-hand side of the board. After that, we're going to place our infection rate marker at 2. And then we're going to place our cure markers down at the bottom of the board under each particular disease. Once that's done, we need to do what's called seeding the board. And to do that, we do 3 phases, in each of which we draw 3 cards from the infection deck and lay them face up. So here I've drawn 3 red cards, which are the red cities. And on the first 3 cards that you draw in this phase, you place 3 disease cubes on that particular city. So it's 3 on Seoul, 3 on Ho Chi Minh, and 3 on Sydney. That's our first seeding phase. Next, we draw 3 more cards, and for these cards, we're going to place 2 cubes on those particular cities. So we drew Madrid, Karachi, and Taipei. So we're going to place 2 cubes on Madrid, 2 cubes on Karachi, and 2 cubes on Taipei. Now in our final seeding phase, we draw 3 more cards, and on each of these cities we place 1 cube. And the color of the cube obviously matches the color of the card and the color of the city. It's all color coordinated, which makes it nice and convenient. So we're going to put 1 yellow cube on Los Angeles, 1 black cube on Kolkata, and 1 black cube on Delhi. And that's our seeding phase done. Now you take these cards and place them face up where it says infection discard pile. And that's important because the discard pile plays a huge role in the game, especially when those epidemic cards come out and it's time to start reinfecting cities. Those discards are going to get shuffled back in and placed on top of the deck, so the same infected cities will keep getting reinfected. And that's what makes the game so insanely hard. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our epidemic cards out of the box, and we're going to choose how many we want to play with. You can play between 4 and 6 epidemics. 4 for a basic game, 5 for an intermediate game, and 6 for, oh my god, I hate my life, intense difficulty. So we're going to play with 4 now because we're noobs. So the other 2 you can just stick back in the box. And here you have your player deck. Now this is important. Don't put the epidemic cards in here yet. Give it a quick shuffle. And what we need to do is we need to deal our players their starting hands. And the size of the starting hand depends on how many players there are. If it's a 4-player game, everyone gets 2 cards. If it's a 3-player game, everyone gets 3 cards. And if it's a 2-player game, everyone gets 4 cards. So we're playing a 4-player game, so I'm dealing out 2 cards to each player. What we do now is you just cut the epidemic cards into roughly fourths of the deck. So it's as evenly spaced as you can get it. You don't need to be too scientific. There needs to be some randomness here as well. But you don't want epidemic card coming up after epidemic card. And then you place that face down where it says player deck. So these are the roll cards, and each of these represent specific skills and things that your player can have. People can pick which role they want to play, and you grab the little meeples that are the same color, and we place them all on Atlanta, give the players their role cards, and now you're ready to play your first game of Pandemic.